shisha. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, Yo, you hear that motherfucking guitar? Hear that shit play? Yo, rock-a-bye baby on a little treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, You're a little funny boy. I'm a little horny boy, Mr. Cornelio, I'm a little horny boy. Mouth like a porta body. You're a girl, little fatty, big body on my body. Paparazzi, daddy, John got it. I'm so cocky, fist like Rocky. I'm so rocky. You're a girl, two Pilates on my dick. Off the dick, doing Zumba. Your mom is a cool girl. You so bad, you're a loser. You so bad, you're a loser. Too bad, so sad, I'm the future. My bad, I'm the future. Rock-a-bye baby on a little treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, Fuck you and fuck her. Fuck you and fuck her. Fuck him and fuck him. Fuck her to that bitch squirt. Fuck till my dick hurt. Hit home runs like big hurt. That bitch got a big purse. Hello nurse, she told her. And I'm just a alien. Smoke weed with aliens. Beat up the mailman and skeet on the helping. Come back for more helpings. Sound scared, Nelson. I am to rap. Oh, wait, God, life in Helen. In hell, cause I'm Helton. Thick like a Elton. Snuffle up for this. And all the hoes love the shit. Post my shit. You can't have my potion. Fuck you. You can't have my potion. Rock-a-bye baby on a little treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, Hey, yo, bizarre.
Rally the troops, we going to war.
Going where?
I got big guns, I need more.
Okay.
I'm a beast, I'm a gorilla. I'm King Kong mixed with Godzilla. Turn me up, turn me down. Big pound, I break it down. A fugitive with a big ass cat. I'm in Alaska, 3 years flat. Percocets, they got me. Call my girlfriend, she got oxys. The AK is stay with me. If you love me, then pray for me.
Rock-a-bye baby on a little treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. Yo, you hear that motherfucking guitar? Hear that shit play? Yo, rock-a-bye baby on a little treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. You're a little baby sucking on a shoe shop. I'm a little crazy. I'm a dango, Mr. Cornelio, yeah, little horny boy. I'm a little horny boy, Mr. Cornelio, I'm a little horny boy. Mouth like a porta body. You're a girl, little fatty, big body on my body. Paparazzi, Illuminati. I got it. I'm so cocky, fist like Rocky. I'm so bocky. You're a girl. sucking on a shoe shot. I'm a little crazy, I'm a doctor, Mr. Cornelio. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. You're a little baby, sucking on a shoe shot. I'm a little crazy, I'm a jungola, Mr. Cornelio. Fuck you and fuck her, fuck you and fuck her, fuck him and fuck him, fuck her to the bitch word, fuck till my dick hurt, he don't run like big hurt, that bitch got a big purse, I know nurse, he told her, and I'm just a hellion, smoke weed with aliens, beat up the mailman and skeet on the helping, come back for more helping. I am too rap away, God like Van Halen, and hell cause I'm healthy, big like an elephant, snuffing up for this shit, and all the hoes love this shit, publish my shit, you can't have my publishing, fuck you, you can't have my publishing, rock-a-bye baby, on a little treetop, you're a little baby, sucking on a shoe shot, I'm a little crazy, I'm a doctor, Mr. Cornelio, rock-a-bye baby, on the treetop, you're a little baby, sucking on a shoe shot, I'm a little crazy, I'm a jungle. Hey, yo, Bizarre, tell them what you got to do, son.
Rally the troops.
Rally the
We
what?
going to war.
Go.
I got big guns. I need more. I'm a beast. I'm a gorilla. Godzilla. Turn me up. Turn me down. I break it down. A fugitive with a big ass cat. I'm in Alaska. 3 years flat. They got me. Call my girlfriend.
She got us.
Stay with me. If you love me, then pray for me.
Rock-a-bye baby, on a little treetop. You're a little baby, sucking on a shoe shot. I'm a little crazy, I'm a doctor, Mr. Cornelio. Rock-a-bye baby, on the treetop. You're a little baby, sucking on a shoe shot. I'm a little crazy, I'm a doctor, Mr. Cornelio. Betty.
Greetings and salutations, Chief Security Officer Don Corleone of American Muscle Security LLC in conjunction with Stackbooks Foundation LLC. Conjunction with Parent Group Confidential LLC. Salute to everybody who's with us during your Operation Reforge. This Operation Get Well USA, and I am your host, Donnie Guard. Badge number 11516464472, bodyguard, whistleblower, watchdog, search 40, coordinating these person, please. Bit sick, please. So let's see, it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday, September 25th, 2024, and it is 2000 hours, 4 minutes after the hour, and that's 8:04 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. I'm on 20th Street in East Carson, Southside Pittsburgh, PA. So I'd like to welcome you out of Hustle Campaign. This is Operation Get Well USA, but this is also Hustle Campaign. So Hustle Campaign is what I do. I hustle my butt to school, and then I hustle my butt to practice. And what do I practice? Well, mixed martial arts. I train in a free gym, which is outside. Anytime you see these bike racks, I do sit-ups on them. The kind where I bend my back and I do the punches in the air. I do a lot of Tai Chi, a bunch of stuff. But hustle means it's the athlete. You hustle, go hustle the ball, get the ball. Doing man downs, doing suicide drills. That's my version of hustling, meaning moving my ass, and not moving drugs. Okay, but the campaign part is what we got right here. We got the First Lady, right? Pardon me, I mean the Vice President, and but future President of the United States of America, and I'm gonna hang this up right here, and continue hanging up some more posters, because it would be excellent in my lifetime that I could be living during a time where another miracle, another example that you know, anything could happen, and that doesn't just mean bad, but good. You know, a woman can be president. A woman can be known as being a better president than a man sometimes, or maybe not better, but more effective, or just maybe what we need right now in our nation. Maybe we just need just new ideas, fresh new ideas. Maybe we need a new voice. Who knows what Ms. Harris has to offer until we let her get in there, and because she proved herself. Not let her, but just accept the fact that, you know, it is time for a voice. You know, for Roe versus Wade, pro-life, you know what I mean? Women's body being their body, you know, having more decision making in corporate America, in the church, you know, just leadership in general. But I'm looking for some more staples to hang up. You know, I was talking to a bus driver the other day in Pittsburgh. She was a lady. I asked her how long she'd been a bus driver, and I forget how many years she said, but I think it was almost like 14 years or something like that. It was a long ass time, and I was telling her, yeah, that's excellent, because it's an example that all the people are wrong that say women can't dress because they're not dress, but drive truck because they're a nervous wreck or whatever, you know. But I see truck drivers all the time that are women, you know what I mean? So I call myself the goddess son because I was raised mostly by a woman, and I still turned out to be a solid man. You know what I mean? I lived in LA, in a city full of angels. You know, I wasn't a goddess, but I was a goddess son, because, you know, we can't, you know, in my lifetime, you know, there's a huge difference between me and my family members as far as age, but, you know, at once upon a time, you know, it's good to know that the person that caught my father's eye, no, it wasn't just somebody that was a good-looking woman. They were equally a leader and somebody that was really intelligent and was able to do many things even more effective than a man. So I want to see that quality in America, and there's a lot of people that do. And not just that, you just never know. It's not just about, you know, breaking generational curses or changing status quo. It's about what actually will get done when she's in office. Are you watching the debates? If anybody wants to watch debates with me and talk about it, 412-609-2679, stackbooksfoundation@gmail.com. If anybody wants to help me hang up these flyers, you know, it'd be great. You know, not for me, but, you know, for women everywhere, you know, for America, for Pittsburgh, for the League of Women Voters. You know, what do we want our daughters to be? Those of you that have them. I don't have any biological kids, but I have been in relationships with women that have sons and daughters. You know, plenty of relationships like that. What do we want our wives to be? You know, in my book, Dollars Up, I talk about how I had to get used to, you know, being in a position where women lead sometimes. You know, it was talking about how, hold on a second, how I learned to, in sales, you know, because, you know, when I was selling my CDs in Century 3 Mall and different places, I didn't use that specific example, but I used the character, you know, that was in the book, the short story, Dollars Up, as an example of, you know what I'm saying, some guy that was jealous of guys that are customers, and you would have a sales partner that would be a woman, and let's say you're in a relationship with them. A guy approaches and says, "What do you have this for sale?" And the woman salesperson would say, "Well, we have this." A lot of us guys, we just step in front of the woman and say, "Well, you know, this is what we have to offer." When she could finish the sale, but he feels intimidated, he doesn't feel confident in the product or whatever, the service, because we won't let him. We'll work with the woman, but we'll only let women customers talk to our women partners. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, I'd be the kind of guy that would want to talk to female customers, but wouldn't want my female sales associate to talk to men. That's not fair. And there's a lot of guys in politics that want to do the same thing. I even would want to do the same thing if I was politics. Handle male issues and handle the women. When it got, you can't, I can't do everything all the time. Nobody can do everything all the time. So make sure you check out that book, Dollars Up. I'm going to finish hanging up this sign. Make sure you go to www.freethewordmorefemaleinmates.com. Also, walkingwiththepittsburghpainter.com. And make sure you download my music on all streaming platforms. And I got donations, I got petitions, I got a whole bunch of stuff, man. Support Paula Perry, support DJ Lazy K, support Bizarre, support hip-hop music, and not just the gang hip-hop music. Support the hip-hop music that's the college student nerd hip-hop music that I do. You know what I'm saying? That Kanye music, that J. Cole music, that Lupe vibe, that Nas vibe, that educated vibe, that Common Sense, the Tribe Called Quest, the Golden Era vibe. You know what I'm saying? That Joey Badass vibe. Support that, because that thing go nowhere, man. All right, rap is dead, hip hop is still alive. All right, and gun violence and all violence, and welcome to the brave new world.
The Lost Generation. These are words from the Diary of a Glad Man written by Aarao Cornelio Jr. In a time where the slogan Black Lives Matter went from being a rallying cry of eminent vibration to becoming a cliche phrase tossed around as dull and emotionless as just do it, who is to know or be able to predict what kind of brainiacs we have come into this world, and how will we treat these new world saviors and preservers of the earth that may have more efficient answers for our time than we can handle? In my college years, early college years, I felt an incredible load of pressure on me as a young black male, not only to succeed at what I set out to do, but to be a champion for my cause of my ancestors, predecessors, and immediate family who arrived in this country in the late 70s, a few years before the crack epidemic eruption. In 2018, in the wake of the execution of Eric Garner and many other young black males, I feel that I'm not alone. It is no longer about Amadou Diallo, Mumia Abu Jamal, or Move, one of the group of people from one community or another. It is about the multitudes of depressed people living a nightmare of repressed energy, forcing them into a vicious cycle of bad habits, poor routines, latent talents that never arise from their dormant state to be lived by people who become zombies because they are only medicated for their illnesses and paid for their disabilities, and not rehabilitated to the point where they become self-sustaining workers in society and effective positive members of their families and communities, motivated by their ambition to not be blind stool pigeons trapped in the ghettos that surround them daily. The Walking Dead. In the 80s, the word lemming was a term mostly associated with a computer game where a group of blind mice would follow the lead mouse in a rat race as the main character, controlled by the game player, would strive to find their way out of a catacomb of caves dug in the walls of a mountain, which these trapped rodents were trying to escape and or overcome. About this game, there also was a popular song from the Motown era sung by the legendary Marvin Gaye entitled Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Portrayal of the constant struggle faced by people of color at that time, who were bombarded with the crucial fight left for them by their ancestors between the Negro man and woman and their adversary at the time, the white man, and the test of how they would stand up for their civil rights before the world watching, and a legacy of love which they would one day leave behind. In my hometown of steelworkers and blue-collar migrants, many can relate to the zombie-like state which they awaken to every day only to repeat night after night, living their former vicious cycle, regardless of race, color, creed, or gender. Many, like myself, leave and abandon their homes, families, and history to migrate to bigger cities and other prominent places in other states since nothing great is truly promised to a child of distinct background in rural PA except correctional facilities, healing centers, and death. Many of my friends who are no longer here today have unfortunately become unsung heroes of their untold legends and rarely are spoken about or remembered in a positive light, leaving few moved with sorrow and compassion and the desire to never become like them or ever wish to return to the wastelands they left behind for sake of achieving a greater good. The Rat Race. It was rapper Christopher Wallace, known to the world as Biggie Smalls, who said that where he is from, you either singing crack rocks or you got a wicked jump shot. So why is it that so many of today's urban youth are trying to become famous or some form of athlete, celebrity, or entertainer when the odds stacked against them is so high? The flight or fight syndrome. Today, the youths I like to refer to as young America are faced with a different monster than the men in the mirror who we feared growing up in the hood. From the Debos to the Suge Knights to the Birdmans and the CEOs who would hang you off a balcony if they did not like your demo. I'm not saying they would actually do this. I'm just saying the image of these guys strikes fear into the hearts of a lot of people as they would from reputations of guys like Suge Knight. To the police, to the government, the media, or paparazzi, which is a force to be reckoned with alone. It is our doubt and or our ego which we truly must do battle or wage war with constantly. But as a wise man put it before, it is not the fight, but how we fight that is the actual fight. Once upon a time, celebrities in the hip hop world were pressured with the responsibility of keeping it real within their community or be booed off the scene for the rest of their career. Today, there are so many agents of self destruction, it seems that growth as an artist and human is nearly a feat itself, almost too impossible to achieve by the common man or woman in this industry. The Identity Crisis, page 8 in Diary of a Glad Man. So, what is it that we truly have to overcome before we can look at the world around us and be able to call it our own and not just the white man's world? I believe it is our achievements and our fears of not achieving them that cripples our spirit and leaves us in a retarded state too damaged to repair or build any form of positivity from. It was the old Negro spiritual that chanted, "Free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last." But what is this new Negro chanting that is so powerful that it will echo in the mind, bodies, and souls of our children's children for millenniums to come? Once we were kings. One of the most powerful images I can remember specifically from the movie Lion King, but it probably also happened in real life if I could remember that far back, was the moment when Simba was born. The symbolic proud father moment when Mufasa held Simba up in the air and told him he was from a great lineage, therefore he would be great. Likewise, the movie Roots by Alex Haley had an introduction of similar magnitude in which Kunta Kinte shared the same childlike experience, emboldening his little spirit for the next phases of his life that were destined for drastic challenges and great measures to rise above. Being a resident of Compton, California, walking down the street, I trip out at sometimes at how surreal the West Coast vibe is, sending me into the emotional state of a Kendrick Lamar video, having me ready to break out in my nappy dance every time I run my fingers through my nappy head and feel my dookie braids, as jacked up as they were, extended outward towards the universe by every drop of golden sun that hits my Afrocentric crown, bringing me more in touch with my Afrocentricity every time I show my Negro behind on the set. There is something different about this modern West Coast scene that is far from the movie Boys in the Hood that truly connects with the soul of a black man in different ways than per se the Crooklyn that we all should know. Not the Crooklyn from the Spike Lee joints that we all know from Do the Right Thing, but the Flatbush, Crown Height, Bed-Stuy blocks where we heard Biggie Smalls sing so passionately about Kente Cloth. Before Hurricane Irma hit Miami, Florida, 9/11/2017, causing me to abandon my beloved South Beach, coconut-covered tapestries, palm trees, and Puerto Rican women who I love so dearly to come to life and a new reality, the however you want it Cali way. I was a lost man in search of Mrs. Cheeks in every crowd, dancing to the rhythm of my lost self with whatever group of bohemian blues travelers I would connect with each night, or tribe called quest for food and temporary shelter we could electric slide into and fill the groove for as long as we could until our low-end theory spiraled and bottomed out. Back in rural PA, I had a childhood friend whom I shared similar yet different childhood experiences so much that we became more than neighbors. We became the best of friends. Almost like Ricky and Cuba Gooding from Boys in the Hood. Although he was from the darker side of the train tracks and I was from the more libertarian side of the streets, we both shared a love for football and we both were brave enough to walk down random alleys and see real Flatbush zombies lying there waiting for our curious little minds to grow some common sense or keep up the monkey business.
Chief Security Officer Don Cornelio of American Muscle Security LLC in conjunction. Established for the mission LLC in conjunction with confidentiality. Salute to everybody that's with us during Operation War Force, Operation Get War USA, and I'm the badge number 11516464472. Bodyguard, whistleblower, watchdog, search party coordinating, special police, other safe police. Yeah, it's Monday. September 30th, 2024. And, it's 6:56 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. That's $600, 56 minutes after the hour. And, Southside Carson Street, 15. Don't forget to thank your sponsors. Alright, so I'm just killing time. Pardon me. I'm just passing over a few moments that are pretty mundane, and I gotta get some more words in my repertoire so they describe moments like this. But 7:30, my study hall opens, and I'm gonna go over there and study, get some blessings from the Lord. Hopefully take a shot. I should actually go do that now because there's another place. So other than that, it's just another day in the life of a park forest ranger. If anyone's looking for a job, I can afford to pay you on like temp service. You know what I mean? I'm reaching for words. So basically, for only for a limited amount of time. So I got a show coming up soon with Coast to Coast Live. Some of you out there know I'm not just a park forest ranger. I'm also an artist. So if you want to help me sell tickets, I'll pay you. Also pass out flyers, and it's not just like law affiliated, like flyers for my crew, people that I work with, people that I don't work with, people that I volunteer for. Random shit. I'm also, probably going to be painting a house, so I'm going to need a few hands to help me with that. But I can't pay you a lot. It's just only going to be this is like some blue moon shit. You know what I mean? Once in a blue moon, I have to do a couple extra dollars just so I don't break my back doing what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Moving furniture, etc. That's about it. I'm just jumping on here to say, hey, guess what, man? The early bird gets the worm. So if you want to be the early bird and you want to get the worm, I got a few dollars to pay you, but it's not a lot. It's just, you can afford a sandwich if you know that. That's about it, man. You have an excellent day. Don't let the love bug bite. It's just out there and it's looking for people. You're not gonna find it in a bed. You're not gonna find it at all. It will find you. And when it does, you're gonna know the difference between when the bed bug bites and the love bug bites. So be on the look for the love bug. Alright? And everybody say prayers for P. Diddy and Young Thug and all those guys that are going through it in the music industry. It's a travesty because, I hate finding out that people in the music industry that I used to listen to their music end up caught in Hollywood scandals or anything scandalous, It's just fucked up, To be completely honest, it makes me less sad when people that are in the music industry, particularly rap, they become labeled snitches. I don't care about that because, you have to snitch to be a part of city council, to be a part of any parent group. When it comes down to your kids and your livelihood, like somebody about to kill you, I don't think you're going to let somebody kill you. You are going to tell the police, yes, they look like this. Otherwise, you're going to be something like a prostitute, which I don't have problems with that shit either, dog. Prostitutes, they're okay with me, dog. But I got to think, man. Are you the type of chick that would let somebody control you? Or are you the type of chick that can control the cards that are in her hand? Because I don't want to control you. Because if it was that case, I would have been a pimp instead of a rapper, dog. Like, who wants to be a pimp and a rapper? Like, if you're a pimp, you usually have rappers working for you. Isn't that how that goes? Like, you don't become a pimp and a rapper. You pimp females and rappers as if they're females. And you might even pimp male rappers and females the same. You just smack people. Like, yo, give me some powder, man. Smack. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to be a controlling guy, I would have been a pimp. I would have not even been a rapper. You know. Oddly enough, there's cops that are pimps too. I don't know how that works, but somebody told me this is possible. I'm like, isn't it supposed to go the other way around? They're like, no. What cartoon are you watching? So pray for P. Diddy, all right? But if he did, and I don't want to get caught up in the hype and all one of those bloggers that blogs about shit that has nothing to do with them. Okay. If anybody had anything to do with the death of Biggie Smalls, fuck them. But I don't think Puffy did. You know, I'd be seeing these like, I think it might be fake news, or might be, or might not be. I'm staying out of it. But Biggie was my favorite rapper. And you know, whether a person has to do with the death of Biggie or Pac, I'm tired of rap sucking dick, man. It just literally sucks. So, you know, all the good rappers, you know what I mean? It's either an overdose or it's a death and a killing, you know. So pray for people that are going through shit because, you know, like Tribe Called Quest said, or this could happen to you. And don't be quick to talk shit because you never know who's innocent, alright? But yo, I mean, just want everybody to know I still support real hip hop. One love to the Locks, you know, one love to Mary J. Blige. I hope everybody gets their money if they got cheated by anybody that would cheat them out of money. I just want everybody to get along. That's all. Hold on, I got something in my teeth. I want everybody to get along. We could do it. We should just sing Kumbaya and shit. Just, you know what I mean? Pray for people instead of hating people. And drop food, not bombs. So as you can see, I'm on the 61A bus. I just got on it from downtown, 3246. For some reason, my card is acting funny. I don't know why. Maybe it went defective or something. But it says insufficient funds, and I paid for it on the first. I'm getting off here, man. I paid for it on the first of this month. I don't know why it does that, but it should cover the whole end of the month. I call it customer service, and the phone got disconnected because my Bluetooth. But are you from Pittsburgh and you've ever had that problem? Like, where your card, right? You see this number right here? Anytime you buy a month pass, like this is a pass for a month. I bought it the first of this month, okay? It should last 30 days or 31 or until the next day that rolls over. I know I've been buying month passes since I got here for the past 2 years. Every time, when you buy this card, if you pay for it with a debit card, they ask you for your driver's license, as they should, to make sure you're not using somebody else's debit card. I think even sometimes they ask cash for it. But for some reason, this card is not working, all right? Now, the only reason why this may be true is maybe somebody swapped out my card for a different card, because you never know when you're around different people. That's why I don't like to chill with people that I wouldn't, you know, look at as a colleague because you are the company you keep. But if you look up this number, my name is attached to it, and for some reason it's, you know, says insufficient funds now. So that's why I always tuck my wallet in my front pocket. I always do, because people are shady as hell. But, you know, I don't want the bus driver to think that I'm, you know, gypping her or ripping her off or anything. And I don't know, man. It just is what it is. Like, some bus drivers are different. They'll let somebody on the bus with a card that's like literally cut in half, and they'll try to help them out. But you got a whole card. You paid for it completely with a month payment, which is $100. You know, it should be literally the same as somebody who you're about to let on the bus after me, when the corner is completely cut off, and they're trying to, will you accept this, as if it's a dollar bill? And she was basically telling her a way that she could call and get a new card replaced if she calls a number. but she didn't even ask her for verification. She didn't ask for a receipt like she would anybody else, which makes no sense. But that's when you gotta actually call customer service and make videos like this to see if anybody else this happened to, because when you take a consensus, you find out what the demographics are, if you know what I mean. If it's just something that happens to somebody that's a derivative, or it never happens to anybody who's a direct line of constantly getting hooked up, and the bus driver is a woman of color. If anybody out there needs a haircut today, contact me at 412-609-2679. It's 2:05 p.m. Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. Greetings and salutations with Chief Security Officer Don Cornelio, American Muscle Security LLC, in conjunction with Stackbooks Foundation LLC, in conjunction with Parent Group Confidential LLC. Salute to everybody as well as during Operation Reforce, Operation Double USA, and I'm your host, Donnie Guard. Badge number 11516464472, bodyguard whistleblower watch officers, party coordinating me special place at take place. I'm on Center and Craig. I just got done shopping for the day. I paid all my bills. I have one bill to pay. I have one left. But for the most part, I covered all my bases. Come on down and get you some sugar. I'm doing it, you're doing it. Everybody's doing it. And don't forget to thank your sponsors. So, like we always do about this time, I'm going to run down, I'll show you what I got. Stackbooks Foundation at gmail.com. If anybody's new to Pittsburgh, you're here for college, you go online or you go on campus or whatever, or you just came in town this week, you just moved here, maybe you're trying to get a music career started, maybe you're trying to start a tattoo shop or a barber shop, paint company, whatever you're trying to do. I'm looking for people that are trying to start their business so we can put our heads together. I got a little think tank. I got a couple LLCs. They're no more than a think tank right now. But I'm just like you. I'm a general laborer. I have a couple certificates, but eventually I'm trying to get my associate's degree. I don't mind moving in or somebody moving in with me if you're guys, but here's the thing. I'm dating somebody. She lives out of town, very far from here, out of state, and Rhode Island. And so here the thing is, you know what I mean, she already got her, she's like a nurse or something like that, random, you know what I'm saying, she's working on a master's degree, but she's thinking, like I told y'all before, we date other people, it's open, we just date. Basically, I met her online. I'm not telling you anybody her name, but this is my go-to. I'm her go-to, just in case we can't find anybody better than us. We're just, for security, we're just thinking about it, moving in with each other. But we're basically matchmakers for each other, and we also help each other with business ideas. Soundboard, we just bounce ideas off each other all the time. Join my conference call, Hotline Bling Telecommunications, okay? It's just, a nonprofit. We throw ideas around. We have conference calls every Monday from 8 to 9. The last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we have a guest speaker. It can be anybody. You want to be a guest speaker, let me know. 412-609-2679. 412-609-2679. We do Zoom meetings also. It doesn't matter. You're a rapper. You got some idea. You know how to be recession proof. You got some life hacks, some motivation. Let me know. We're looking for athletes. I'm trying to build a gym. I'm trying to do a lot of stuff. But also I want to encourage people who maybe they tried marriage, it didn't work out, or tried to be a parent, it didn't work out, to get back on the horse. Maybe you tried school, college didn't work out. You're looking for grants for businesses, loans, or grants for college. Maybe you're new in the country. You need a translator, somebody to speak English, teach you English, tutor you. Maybe you want to learn Spanish. You were born here. Whatever it is, I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. Anybody need beats? Let me know. I make beats, a DJ, whatever, roadie. I drive cars. I move furniture. I'm just... So anyways, I'm going to be on LinkedIn all day today. So let me just show you what I got real quick. I got the fresh Timbs. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, but I got the fresh Timbs. Okay? So, I'm going to be applying for some jobs that are different than what I want. What I want, I would love, a job in, maybe the security business, but I still got a lot of schooling before I feel confident enough to apply for an Allied Universal or a St. Moritz, you know what I mean? I'm in school, you know what I mean? I got a couple of certificates, so only thing I can do is just make sure I don't get robbed, I'm cop caller number 1, all right? But I'm going to be looking for a job probably in a restaurant, so I got a couple new shoes, a couple new hats, so I can look good when I apply for a restaurant job because winter's coming soon. But like I said, I don't mind moving in with any guys or whatever. You just got to be serious. You got to have a 2-year plan. You got to have a resume together. I don't want to be telling you anything that you don't have to tell me, to wake up in the morning, to not spend all your money on drugs or alcohol. Everything is good in moderation, but if you don't have the rent, I'm not doing that. I'm really saving up so I could be ahead of the game. I don't want to move into an apartment just enough when there's nothing in the refrigerator. So when I come into a business established, whether it's a restaurant, Burger King, or McDonald's, I'm gonna be looking fly. Haircut, you see, I shaved my face the other day. Perfect cut, looking young and fresh. All right, bang, 1 hat. I got the 76ers. That's my favorite basketball team. Bong, I got the Yankees. Okay, they're not my favorite baseball team, but I gotta have a Yankee fitted, to support, the fire department in New York and all the responders from 9/11 that put their life on the line. You know what I mean? I lost some people in the towers. I got family that been there, you know what I mean? Like I used to live in Hell's Kitchen. I worked on Wall Street. So when I'm online studying my finance classes, I'm gonna have on the Yankee fitted. You know what I'm saying? When I'm watching the game, my boys play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my favorite team. Allen Iverson, my favorite basketball player. All right. I got the Mets just to piss people off. I'm like, yo, you can't have a Yankee and a Mets hat. Yes, I can. In case you didn't know, I'm a devil's advocate. So I just wear that just in case. You know what I mean? I got the Detroit hat, because, I got to represent for Bizarre. You know what I'm saying? Got to represent for the GOAT, the best rapper in the music industry. This is just, to support my favorite rappers right now, Eminem and Bizarre. Okay?
So, it's going to find its way back to your house. If it's a ball python and the woods are close to your house, it's going to find its way back because it doesn't like you anymore. I'm just trying to scare people. I just want to see if snakes are going to be your best friend or your worst enemy in life. I got to know, man. I test people. I don't want everybody in my frat.
The point of the whole conversation is, abilities or like whatever they talk about when they say if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So I guess it would be an ability, but what ability are we talking about? So we're talking about making money. Because there's several things that hinder you about making money. One of them is people. We'll talk about this later. Thank you for joining us. The rest of my case. Greetings and salutations, Chief Security Officer Don Cornelio of America. You gotta laugh, man. If you don't laugh, you're fired. You laughing yet, man? I'll give you some time to laugh. If you don't laugh, you're fired. 412-609-2679, stackbooksfoundation@gmail.com. Email me and or text me. I'm laughing. Just those 2 words. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to write that down. If you do not write down what I said, you're fired. You got that, McFly? Alright, write that down. Alright, we're back on the show. And Alex you're fine. It's Thursday, 7:42 a.m. 700 hours, 42 minutes after the hour. Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. I just boarded the 51C bus inbound on 15th and Carson. This is the 6327. I'm going to show you real quick. See how it says 51C right there? See how that says 6327? So, you also saw the time. You see this Carson. And the date. So I'll show you the time in a second. Wait for it. There it is. 10/3/24/742. You see that? Alright, cool. Confirm that. Alright, that's what it is. 11516464472. That's my badge. Reference that through ASCAP, American Muscle Security LLC, Parent Confidential LLC, Stack Books Foundation LLC. Salute Corsair. Alright, salute EDX. Salute everybody that's registering Operation Rear Forge. This is Operation Get Well USA. I'm your standing guard. Yeah. I go for watch that search for recording. Be special place in some place. Just another day, man. I'm headed to my study hall as usual, and then I'm headed to class. Lots to do today. Lots. Last night was a good night, but today's a new day. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Vice President. Don't forget to vote if you're interested. CamillaHarris.com. Working the virtual phone banks. I've been to one training session. I didn't, I haven't attended it worked any virtual phone banks for Camilla Harris yet, but Vice President Harris. I'm going to, I'm scheduled to do it today. I've been scheduled to do it for the past week or so. It's been really busy. That's about it. Other than that,
Entering downtown.
Today's agenda.
And Smithfield. Stop requested.
I have an exam. I'm also going to be on Indeed and LinkedIn if anybody's interested in joining me on Indeed or LinkedIn. And, looking for some part-time work, let me know. It's a beautiful day in Pittsburgh. Check out. See that? It's motivation right there if you're coming inbound, into the city from any parts. You know what I'm saying? And you got a vision of greatness like that, and you're not thinking about making money right now, then something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Because that's motivation. That's the true hustler's diet right there. Just a vision of greatness like that, and you step off a bus and you feel the air hit you in the face. To give you a little warning, yo, winter is coming. Even though We haven't had too many cold winters. It puts you in the mindset like yo, I gotta get this bread. I'm not trying to be the you know, better late than never guy. I want to be the early bird that gets the worm today. If you're thinking like that, you're already on the bus, your shoes are on, you're ready to go, whether it's schoolwork, whatever. God bless your life, God bless your hustle. Going out there and get it, man. This is Steel City. This is roll your sleeves up city. Alright, working class. A lot of working class people. Main Street, this is one of the toughest Main Street cities, where the Main Street refuses to just be below the standard of what middle class is. They say, you know, a lot of people, news reporters, all the middle class doesn't exist anymore. It's either you're rich or you're poor in America. That's bull crap. Because there's plenty of cities like Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh is one of the perfect examples. It's like, yo, if there's no such thing as middle class, then what's Pittsburgh? I'm saying Pittsburgh is a city that people aren't afraid to walk the streets. They don't need a firearm, believe it or not. They didn't. The name Steel Curtain didn't just magically give itself to this city. They call this city the Steel Curtain because nobody has a problem giving you a you know what I mean, an elbow to the face if you're coming in real fast. There's a lot of knuckles in this city. This city really, you know, people do remember the 80s, all right? I'm not encouraging fighting. I'm a boxer, and, you know, obviously I'm a police officer. But if any of my friends or my sons or anybody, they don't even live here in Pittsburgh or even Pennsylvania alone, all right? But they know how people get down in Pittsburgh, and they respect Pittsburgh because of what I'm saying. But any of my friends, like, I would rather somebody use their fist to defend themselves, not to start a fight, than resort to a firearm or a knife or a weapon. It shows more class. We got a lot of boxers. Mayweather just opened a gym recently, I don't know how many years ago, but in Pittsburgh on the Strip District. So if you're not doing anything, go down there and sign up for Mayweather's gym. There's another gym in Market Square. This guy, he said, I talked to him. It's really an affordable price. You should check him out. A lot of young people with nothing to do on their time, or maybe they're in college or they got a job or whatever, but they got some extra dollars. They're going down, signing up for gyms and getting nice with the boxing skills. Even females too. People aren't just going to gyms these days. They're either signing up for a martial arts class or a boxing gym because people are too crazy. So go down there at Market Square, check for that guy. I think he sparred with Roy Jones Jr. He's really good. He has a good record. Check him out. Check out Mayweather's gym in the Strip District. Check out right across the street from the public Carnegie Library on Carson South Side. There's a martial arts gym. The guy's name is Master Rothrock. I went in there. I told him when I get my money right, I'm going to sign up in there. You know, they got an LA Fitness way up there by the outlet malls. You know, right up here on Carson. The outlets up there in between 20-something and 30th Street. You know where it's at over there, you know, by LA Fitness. Yeah, they got the LA Fitness up there. Then they got like a Planet Fitness or whatever, something down right here on 5th Street. It's right there. It's right on the street. Once you turn here by the jeweler, they got a gym right there, real affordable. And then right around the corner, so many gyms. I'm telling you, Pittsburgh, there's a lot of knuckles in this city. People do know how to scrap, so salute that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm really looking to really, I want to hear, because, you know, Paul Spatafora was really big back in the day. Salute to Paul Spatafora. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what people say about him. He bought a CD off of me when I was selling a CD back in the day. I was really into music more so. I'm still into music. He bought a CD $10 off of me, and he signed it, all right? We need more boxers, man. We want to overtake Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? We want Pittsburgh to be known because they talk a lot of shit on us over here. They be like, yo, man, Pittsburgh ain't got no boxers. All you guys got is, you know, a Paul Spatafora. We got Bernard Hopkins. We got this and this and that. Bernard is a cool dude. I went to school with his little brother. But, yo, listen, Pittsburgh really needs, yo, guys, get out there, man. Take, get involved. Go to pa.gov and sign up for your boxing license. It only costs $10. You get your hands registered. You could, if you think you got promoter skills, you could even promote me. I don't just have one promoter. I need more than one promoter. It's $100 to be a promoter for any boxer, whether it's me or some kid you know in your neighborhood, a college student, a son, a daughter, whatever you got, somebody in your family. Support your local city. Support your local city, all right? When you see people, getting into stuff, saying, somebody tells you, hey, I'm boxing, be like, yo, can I be a promoter? Because they probably already got a manager. They probably already got a sponsor. Hopefully they got a sports trainer. But every boxer has more than one promoter, usually, unless you're just like huge and you don't need that many. The more promoters, the merrier. You want to invest in your city? Ask your local boxer in your neighborhood, can I help you promote? I paid $100 to promote them if they let you, and get really active behind them. If you're looking for somebody to promote, I'm looking for extra promoters. You know the number again, 412-609-2679. Hey, yo, we downtown, we here, all right? Get money. All right, fuck them.
Snakes go dormant. They never sleep. The concept of sleep is oblivious to a snake. Sleep is a concept to human beings, not animals, especially a snake. They go dormant, and some people think it's the same thing. It is not the same thing at all. They wake up when you don't notice. They wake up when you're asleep, or they wake up when you leave the room. When you come in the room, they look like they're asleep, but they are absolutely not.